Let me see. It's been pop up. Doing the pop ups. Facts time. Facts time. Amazing facts. And like tips and tricks, and no one is waiting, so we're just going to get the ball rolling anyway. So if you missed anything, you have to backtrack yourself, won't you then? That's the way it goes. A TV audience of 13.1 million watched Lewis Hamilton with the F1 Championships. GoldenEye, the James Bond film, is the deadliest movie with 26 on-screen kills. That's pretty cool, actually. Fantasy football managers spend an average of 3.8 hours a week looking after their team. Interesting. Space begins at an altitude of 62 miles above Earth. It costs Coca-Cola to make the can than it is to make the drink inside. So the cost of Coca-Cola costs them more money to make the can than it is to make the drink. Peter Gay's autobiography is the best-selling hardback autobiography of all time in Great Britain. At 528 million above sea level, meters above sea level, North Yorkshire's Turnhill Inn is the highest pub in Britain. China is the only Asian nation to put a man into space. It costs 20,000 to hire a deep water sub and to dive a wreck of and to dive to the wreck to the Titanic. North America leader Kim Jong-un has the largest collection of Mercedes cars in the world. Snow ploughs are used to clear dead lemmings on Norway's roads. Japanese officers killed during the Second World War were performing one rank. When it was launched, the F1 McLaren cost £60,000. They now sold at an auction of $2 million. It's funny how prices have changed over the years. Ransom money to pay secured was released to kidnap a victim in tax debut in Mexico. The pressure in a bottle of champagne is 3 times that of a typical car air tyre. That's pretty insane, that. Oh, there. Claims that our most popular pizza toppings are in Chile. Tornadoes can suck all the feathers off a chicken. In skywriting, the average letter is 2 meters high. Here's a tip. Save yourself money on mobile phone contracts. Get yourself a SIM deal only. That's a tip. Another tip. Leave hot water bottles on the dashboard of your car and you'll get rid of the windscreen frost inside within 15 minutes. We're so done with that one. Let's go straight into the awesome bits, the tips. If you want to get creases out of your trousers overnight without having to iron them, simply lay them flat under your mattress before you go to sleep, and then they become flat. Shall I read your names there? Ben Johnson, hi. And Char, hi. There are 49 African players in the Premier League. That was 5 years ago, but I don't know what it is now. This is a pretty cool one actually. Soak a splinter in warm water for 15 minutes. The wood swells and you'll pop out. That's pretty good. So if you get a splinter in your fingers, finger in the water 15 minutes and the splinter should pop out. That's pretty good to know that, because some people tried to force it out. The Rugby World Cup semi between England and France was watched by 12.4 million people in Britain. There are 200 million blogs on the internet that are no longer updated. A quarter of a man's bones are in his feet. Deep sea fish explodes when rapid brought to the ocean surface. So if you bring a deep sea fish right at the bottom of the ocean and you bring it up to the surface, it will explode. I presume they've tried that to see if it happens, right? The Sony Business advert used 2.5 tons of Play-Doh. Yo Logan, how's it going? Super Mario Brothers was named after Mario Sigel, a warehouse foreman at Nintendo America. The record of sitting in a bath of beans with chips, which basically crisps, up to your nose is 12 days. And there's a picture of it. It's gross, isn't it? %28% of Poland is covered in forest. Around 15 billion cigarettes are smoked worldwide every day. There are more than 60,000 different wines around the world. So someone's boasting, right? They're saying they've tried every freaking wine, yeah? Tell them stop waffling. There's 60,000. Have you tried them all? An octopus lays about 100,000 eggs in one go. Football shirt sales in UK are worth more than 200 million a year. Wearing a hat is considered disrespectful in Fiji. So don't wear a hat in Fiji, it's disrespectful. No kidding, it's actually for real. So it's saying it here, so it's a fact. By law, all tombstones in Norway must be the same height. Prostitution has been legal in Germany since the 20s. The Navajo, as in Navajo, are the largest Native American tribe in the US. Superman made his first flight in DC comic in 1938. Hi Double. Erasers are the first they put on the end of pencils in 1858. Oh, before the pencil itself. Let's put here a bit. Okay. Hurricane Katrina caused 44 billion worth of damage. There's a town in Texas called Ding Dong. That's so random, that is. Germany lost 116,584 aircraft in the Second World War. That's a mouthful. David Beckham has insured himself for 130 million. Coca-Cola would be green if colour wasn't added. I bet you didn't know that. Coca-Cola's green if it didn't add colour. If you run out of hair wax and in a rush to get out, a rush for the head out, Use a little bit of Vaseline instead. It's almost as effective. Tip: rub rock salt and pepper into a steak before cooking for more flavour. The Boeing 737 passenger jet is named the Fat Albert. That's so random. The most expensive car auctioned was the Bugatti Royal Colina Coupe that sold for 4.4 million. The USA produced 385 films in 2006. India produced 838. Interesting that. There are 7.2 million French speakers in Canada. Jackie Chan, his real name, Kong Sang Chan. The first website registered on the internet was symbolics.com on the 15th of March 1985 as symbolics.com if you want to check it out. First website, that's pretty sick though. The New York Knicks are the richest team in the NBA, valued at 287 million. The Italian Grand Prix at Monaco has hosted the most world title races. The Tipan snake, there's a picture of it actually. Let's read it first. The Tipan snake is 180 times more venomous than the king cobra, and I do have a picture of it. The snake. See the snake? There have been 6 Lara Croft models since 1996. Neil McAndrew, Rohan Maitreya, Laura Weller, Lucy Clarkson, and Jill De Jong, and Kimra Kabajabi. Can't say these names, mouthful, yeah. Paul Gascoigne played for 9 clubs in his professional career. Over 14 billion in ransom payments has been paid out in the US in the last 22 years. A lion's roar can be heard from up to 5 miles away. Hamlet has 1,422 lines. 34 million people pass through London's Piccadilly Circus tube station every year. I bet you know that one. Saudi Arabia only has 2 public holidays every year. Steven Spielberg films have made a lot of money. I need to show the figure actually. Look at the number. Just look at the number. Just look at the number. Where my finger is. Look at the number. The largest meteorite crater on Earth measured at 186 miles in diameter. The H4 Hercules plane has a wingspan of 97.5 meters. The largest prison in England is Winston Green in Birmingham, a population of 1,450. Every year, 4,609 560 flights have left Heathrow Airport. Wow. That's pretty impressive actually. A Komodo dragon can smell things that are 9.5 kilometers away. No wonder they go nuts in the zoos before they arrive. Branston pickle was first produced in 1922. Late running trains cost the UK economy around 14 million minutes last year. That's a lot. Here's a tip. Once an egg has boiled, plunge it into the cold water immediately to stop it from cooking. Also, if you leave it in the water, it keeps cooking. Interesting. The estimated number of GPS devices in use in the US in 2008 was 49 million. Can you imagine that now? Always, is a tip actually, always buy woolly jumpers a size too big, because when you wash them, even on a cold wash, they shrink a little. The Simpson cartoon has been running for 19 years. Well, it's a bit longer than that now, but yeah. Toasters are banned in Cuba due to limited power supplies. Pineapples do not continue to ripen after they've been picked. The top prize in Indian's version, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, is 1 million rupees, which is equivalent to £12,249. Doesn't sound much, does it? I need to check something. Someone said a message been held for review. Yeah. Someone sorted it out. It's okay. Okie dokie. The highest motorway in England is the M62, sorry, from Liverpool to Hull. This will shock you. This fact will shock you. Sunglasses were invented in China in the 12th century. I bet you didn't know that one. %9 of all jury trials are held in the US. Finland is home to more than 77 billion trees. The first oil well of modern times was 21 meters deep. This is for Star Trek fans now. Star Trek's William Shakespeare sold a kidney stone for £13,000 at a charity auction. Fancy that. How random is that? A Formula 1 gear box changes gear 50 times faster than you can blink of an eye. The Great Phoenix in Egypt was carved from a corner left over from a quarry of stone from the Great Pyramid. Cloverfield is the first movie in 2008 to make more than 50 million worldwide. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. Amazing. Here's a tip. If you put an angle nail at the end of a wallpaper paste brush, it will stop falling all the way into the can. There are 325 drag strips worldwide. Michael Schumacher has earned 40 million. There are about 85 million operative blogs on the web. Tip: don't get your holiday dosh at the airport. It costs up to 10% more. Do it in the high street. Just to save don't lose your money that way. First attempt to steal the Mona Lisa was in 1911. There are 863 submarines in German fleet during World War II. Spurs, as in Tottenham, conceded the most long-range goals in last season, 14. It cost £100 million per year to clean up London's graffiti. Porsche currently owns 31% of Volkswagen. There are 7,800 security cameras on the London Underground. That was in 2008, so what is it now? Because they've got new stations. Interesting. Over 150 different species of lice and mites live on the human body. That's a bit creepy. Ones we can't see anyway. Adult tigers need to eat about 3,200 kilograms of meat every day to survive. The Great Barrier Reef covers an area about the size of England and Scotland. America's car horns beat to the tone of F. The planned sequel to the 1992's Blade Runner was going to be called Metropolis. Mickey Mouse receives more fan mail than any other movie star on average. That's 2,000 letters a day. The song of a male humpback whale can last up to 30 minutes. This'll blow your mind. Every human is naturally radioactive. Amazonian natives were the first to discover rubber. After a Chilean earthquake of 1960, the earth revibrated for a month. A whisper recognizes 30 decibels. An ambulance siren is 120 decibels. No wonder we do that when it goes past. Portsmouth's Kearno was subbed 22 times at last season. That's more than any other player. I'm gonna do one more. Here's a tip. Use talcum powder to remove those annoying sticky labels on CDs and DVDs. Things you buy. You get rid of it. On the plastic anyway. The first domestic football match to feature names of shirts were in 1993 League Cup final between Arsenal and Sheffield Wednesday. When moving house, pack crockery while it's still wet, and it'll be less likely to shatter. I didn't know that. Transformers star Megan Fox. Everyone knows Megan Fox. Has 9 tattoos. It took 276 attempts to clone Dolly the sheep. The 20.2 mile Donghai Bridge in China is the world's longest bridge. Egbert Murchison has spent 38.6 million on West Ham since becoming their chairman. More than 500,000 people lined in the streets of Sao Paulo in Brazil for the funeral of F1 legend Ayrton Senna in 1994. Electric car door opener was invented in 1926. New Soccer AM host Andy Goldstein began his career as Ruby Wax's warm-up. You could cram 80,000 double-decker buses inside London's O2 Arena. It's been 17 years since Tottenham finished in the top 4 in England's top flight. The cumulative TV audience for Rugby World World Cup in 2003 was 3.5 billion people. The Simpsons has won 90 TV awards to date. The oranges produced accumulating in California and Florida weigh up to 12.5 billion kilograms. Temperatures in Death Valley, California can reach up to 130 Fahrenheit. The Sepang Formula 1 circuit in Malaysia was built on a former swamp and it's slowly sinking. EastEnders characters are 8 times more likely to die than the original population in the UK. There have been 11 current and former members of Queen of the Stone Age. No English manager has ever won the Premier League. How random's that? I think that's it for now. That's it for next time. My mouth's a bit dry this way. I'll do more next time as a promise, but there'll be a review coming up. There's a review coming up for black truffles. Stay tuned on that one. I hope to do it tomorrow actually. Until next time. So I didn't read all your comments, but until next time, stay tuned.